Sorry about that, but this camera kind of goes through batteries quicker than a crack whore goes through a crack. So, let's move these old batteries, throw them in the garbage. That was a fail. Okay, so, as I was saying, you should have the same foot switch as me, but this one is genuine. There should be, well, mine has a yellow and a black wire coming from it. For me, the yellow goes to the yellow of the motor, and the black goes to the black of the cord. And then the white from the cord goes to the blue of the motor. So there should be three connections. With 2 wires per each connection. And I'll go through that again. For me, the yellow goes to the yellow of the motor, and if you have the white and black or whatever, the yellow would go to that, since these are neutral wires, not hot. And then the white from the cord, which is neutral, goes to the other, goes to blue on the motor, which is neutral, and that's how this is wired up. Then the black from the cord goes to the black of the foot switch. So yellow from foot switch to yellow of the motor for me anyways. Black of the foot switch to black of the cord. And then white of the cord to the blue of the motor for me anyways. And then after that you twist all the wires counterclockwise. And then you push and turn, and then you push and at the same time turn the wire nuts until you can't twist them no more. But be careful with these motor wires, because all they are a thin piece of copper wire other than that strands, so those do have a tendency to snap if over tightened. So for you, I'd be very careful. And since last time I checked the cord wires were stripped, you don't have to do any stripping, which is why I brought these out, these sharp pipe cutters. So, but if you do need to strip them, don't strip them no more than ½ an inch, because if you strip them too much and you put the wire nut on, then there'll be excess copper wire hanging out of here, and that's very unsafe. You don't want that. And here are the damn carbon brushes, which are a bitch. One right there, and one right there. And by the way, these are completely brand new carbon brushes that I had just installed, so those are perfectly fine. Let's dust up this motor here. How the hell is all this? Oh yeah, you know, they're just probably blew in there from the shitty ass bag seal. You can see there's a gap right there and whatnot. I have to get some silly putty or just get a whole new bag, because I really don't like this vinyl bag on here. But then that's kind of getting off topic. Okay, what you want to do after you have everything wired up, once again, there should be 3 connections with 2 wires each. Then after you're done with that, what I do is I neatly arrange the wires. Hang on. Pulling up cord through here, make sure the wire nuts aren't touching anything. Yeah, make sure the wire nuts are not touching anything. It's perfectly fine if they touch the top of the hood, but other than that, they might interfere with something, and then that would be very, very, very horrible to happen. Now, this is the only bitch part about doing this. I'm trying to get the wire nuts perfectly aligned in here. And I don't know if yours has it, but mine doesn't. But I see on some Sanitaire models with a commercial, they have this little cord grommet adapter that holds the cord in a certain position that screws into one, I think, of the 6 holes that are on the top motor bearing cap. There's just 3 holes with screws in them that hold the top motor bearing cap on. There should be 2 other screw holes that are just completely open, but mine doesn't have that. So as for me, I have to neatly arrange the wires and whatnot in here, so that way they don't touch the top motor bearing or anything like that and get frayed, and that would be really horrible. And I really do not want that happening. I should probably get some zip ties and zip tie the wires there properly. Take through the hood and seal the wire nuts lay. Okay, there's the top of the motor cap. You can always gently pull this wire through a little bit so it has a little bit of slack in there. Yeah, you always want to have some slack when you put the grommet on too. Because what you want to do is make sure you have some slack in the wire right here that goes from the top cord, from the bottom cord hook, and to the grommet in the base. And you just want to have some slack in the cord inside the hood too, so that way no wires are being pulled on really hard once you put the grommet on and slip it in there. Then what you want to do, hey, let's see if I can pull off this bottom cord hook for reference. Yeah, see if I can get a flathead on this. Yeah, I think this flathead should work. Come on. I'll be careful because you might stab your fingers in the process too, which would really suck. Alrighty. See, I got the cord clip off, and this one came off the ESP handle because I had accidentally let the other black cord hook fall and break, so that was bad on my part. So what I did is I took zip ties and zip tied the wire to the handle, and then I took the black one which has the little cord hook on there and put it in there. Okay, so let's say you have the one with the cord clip on it. You want to push it in the little spot right there, and then insert it, and then just twist. Push and twist till it locks in. So now, as for me, mine doesn't have that. So all I have to do is push it in this little hole. If I can get it down far enough. I think I still have the zip tie down a little bit. Alright, I think there should be enough slack there for me to do this. Make sure it's facing downwards too. And make sure that's not the top cord hook one with the bag spring holder on the back. And then what you want to do is you want to push it in. See? Push it in like that. And then just simply push until it snaps in. Now hang on while I put the zip tie back up. Gravity zips have a really nice firm grip on this cord. I kind of like that. Alright, then you do the same for the top one too. You just take a flathead screwdriver, put it in there, and pry outwards with it. And then at the same time, grab a hold of that and start turning it. So, I don't know if you can see that, but start turning it like this. And it should just come right off. And then you take the cord and slip it in this little back piece right here. Oh yeah, you know, and I should probably say this too. If yours has a little cord release spring right here, before you put any of the cord on at all, it would probably help you if you slip the cord release spring on over the cord. If you want that on there. But sometimes I forget to do that, and it's like, are you shitting me? I got this thing back together and I forgot that. And then after you get that done, you should pull the cord release spring up past this lower cord hook all the way up here, and then put it down on the cord somewhere, and then pull the cord really tight. When you put it in there, pull it up really tight so it's nice and even throughout here. If you